So we need to talk about Angel Tree. I think most people are familiar with this organization or this cause or this idea because I know there's a lot of charities that do some form of Angel Tree, but Angel Tree is the most well-known term for it. Now, this used to be something that it was known for giving families the opportunity to help a family in need, to make sure that kids had something under the tree, and families who did need help to ask for it and make sure that their kids did not go without. It was just something that a lot of people, it was an easy way for us to participate and to just give back, especially during a time of year when we're just in the giving mood. Even though I know that we should be doing this year round, this was just, an easy access organization or cause or charity to get involved in. However, I kind of feel like in recent years, the magic is fading just a little bit. It seems like grabbing an Angel Tree tag has become a way for people to make viral content. And there are influencers that are making videos about everything that they've purchased and setting this really high bar so that people are becoming a little bit intimidated into even participating at all, because some of us can't afford to spend like $500 per kid for an Angel Tree Christmas. There are also people at the other end of the spectrum that seem to be kind of doing the bare minimum. And then there seems to be the people that are receiving the gifts that are not grateful for the things that they have gotten. And then there's a whole other area of Angel Tree drama where people are pulling tags with every intent of doing the best that they can, only to find that the kids are asking for things that are high-end luxury brand items, which a lot of us probably wouldn't purchase for our own kids. So everything seems to be a little bit of a mess. And I'm hoping that if we explore some of these issues, perhaps we can remind people what this cause is really about and restore the true meaning of giving. But before we get too much further, I appreciate you guys being here. Please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm Outspoken Samantha. If we have never met before, welcome. I appreciate you so much for being here. Let's get into this. So let's get into what some of the people on the internet, on the interwebs, across social media have been talking about. The first issue is, well, I think the first issue is perhaps choosing to share what you bought on the internet at all, because as we know, if you're going to share something on the internet, people are going to have opinions about it. And you can be coming from the absolute best place and have no ill intention at all. But more often than not, people are going to take it the worst way possible. So just be prepared. So this person shared their haul. This was for an 11-year-old girl that they had on their Angel Tree tag. And I believe in her mind, she did have the best intentions, but people on the internet just accused her basically of doing the bare minimum. So I'm going to play this video, but I do have to play it on mute because I think there is a copyrighted song over it. So I'm just going to silence it, but I'm going to play it because this is what she had. She laid it out on the table. I don't really know what she's doing with the dark glasses and like feeling around on the table, but you can see some items. She's got a drawing pad. She's got some colored pencils. She has some skincare items here. I believe these are all things that her little girl asked for. But people are like, yeah, those are Dollar Tree items. Like the most expensive item there is like the brand name colored pencils. So people had a lot of opinions about this.
Angel Tree gifts that she got for her child are going viral for all the wrong reasons because people feel like it's giving low effort and low budget. For context, this was an Angel Tree program through her church, and she was told to spend anywhere between $50 and $80. The child that she bought for was an 11-year-old female and wanted skincare, arts and crafts, McDonald's gift cards, etc. The OP got her child a winter candy apple set from Bath & Body Works, a $15 McDonald's gift card, some skincare from the dollar store, as well as colored pencils, a drawing pad, and a paint my number set. Now, even though the OP did spend within the budget, her total ended up being $65. People feel like that this Dollar Tree haul was not good enough because she didn't even get the kid name brand colored pencils, and overall feel that she was intentionally trying to be cheap, and that if you're not going to go all out and buy name brand gifts for an Angel Tree child, then you should not participate. In a follow-up video, the OP does explain why why she got what she got after she got all that backlash. She said that going to the dollar store wasn't about being cheap at all. She genuinely does get her skincare from the dollar store, so she thought it would be good enough for the 11-year-old as well. And then she also doesn't know too much about brands and was more so concerned about getting stuff that was all inclusive because, once again, that's what she was advised to do.
I personally didn't have a problem with the stuff that she chose to purchase, but maybe that's just because this is kind of how I grew up. You know, we didn't have a lot of money. We got things that were very simple. My mom to this day still loves the dollar store. And I even personally will go to the dollar store just to get stuff like stocking stuffers, especially stuff for the kids. And, you know, the dollar store isn't necessarily a bad thing. So I don't think it's a good thing to like put that stigma on it that if you purchase things from the dollar store, that means that you don't care. But I do think that if it's something you wouldn't normally do, like you're buying like the most expensive things for your own kids by going to the Dollar Tree for the Angel Tree kid, I do think that that's a bad thing, but there's really no way to know. So I guess do with that what you will, and maybe just don't post it on the internet. Then we get into how the influencers of social media are doing their angel tree hauls. And I really don't have a problem with posting videos about the hauls, but I do see the perspective of how this could set a really high bar for people and thinking like, if I can't spend this kind of money for a kid, an angel tree kid, that maybe like I don't have the means to do this properly. It just says that influencers like James Charles, Serena Neal, Becca Bloom, and more have been getting millions of views on their shopping sprees for angel tree kids, going above and beyond and spending thousands of dollars to make their dream Christmases come true. Here's a couple of those.
Angel tree haul. Except it's actually not for an angel tree kid. It's actually for a 6-year-old little boy in our town who's in a very like sad situation. He is 6 years old. He loves, what does he love, Jake?
Pokemon, superheroes, monster trucks,
Legos.
We kind of went nuts.
We have a really good haul, I think. Hopefully he likes it all. We're going to show you everything that we got him. Obviously we had to make him a stocking. Some of this is stuff my mom got him. He said he likes superheroes, so we got him like a Spider-Man stocking. And then Jake got him this like Pokemon, I think it's Pikachu.
Yeah. But he likes monster trucks and superheroes, so we got him a monster truck Spider-Man. Remote control. Pretty sick. Cool. The whole freaking Avengers. Got them all on there for you Marvel fans.
The only like side note that I would have to this is that I just want people, I hope people are doing it for the right reasons, but ultimately the kid receiving the gifts isn't going to care if you did it for the right reasons. It does just add like a little bit of an ickiness factor if it feels like you're doing this just for viral content. But at the same time, like I wouldn't want somebody to not do it, even if that was their intent. So let me know what you guys think about that. And I do have to say that that ick factor is justified because this is somebody that I follow on TikTok as well. He always tells great stories. And but he talks about something that happened while he was out shopping today. And you can see that there are people genuinely doing this for the wrong reasons and just faking their angel tree hauls. So let's listen to his story real quick.
I saw a new low when it comes to social media today. I went to Walmart to pick up some blankets and I see these two young women and they have a cart full of stuff and they're filming and I hear the girls say, OMG, this kid is gonna love his Christmas. They were doing an angel tree shopping video, right? That's not shocking. It's a huge trend on social media for people to do angel tree videos. I did one. And I live in Austin, Texas, full of influencers, creators, and wannabes. I saw them doing this. I smiled to myself and thought, you know what? What a nice trend that's happening. Even if people are doing it for clout, it is actually truly helping people. So God forbid. So I only saw these two women for 15, 20 seconds. I wasn't really paying attention to them, but I did notice their cart. I walked to the end of the aisle and they had left their cart at the end of the aisle. Again, not a strange thing. I didn't blink twice. People leave their carts to go grab something all of the time, except I walked back by that cart 10 minutes later, still there, those two girls nowhere to be found. And that's when I noticed that they filmed themselves doing an angel tree video and then ditched it and didn't follow through. Even worse, and don't shoot me, I was going to try to save the day. I went to the cart fully prepared to purchase it. No card to be found. Could not find the angel tree card. So now I'm sat here thinking there is a kid out there, some underprivileged kid, who's not going to get what they asked for because these two vapid creatures decided they were too selfish.
Obviously, That's not a good thing. And that was not the only story I heard of this happening. So I do know that it happens. I'm not saying that this is widespread, that this is a common thing for influencers. I'm just saying that obviously when it becomes a trend to do it for content, then you're going to get people who are doing it for the wrong reasons. And then obviously the kid who's supposed to be receiving the gifts gets left out. Then there was this video that I came across, and this woman who genuinely wants to help and wants to purchase things for kids, she ended up with a tag with items that she's like, I can't afford this. And not because she wants to go to the Dollar Tree, but because for some reason their parent allowed them to put luxury items on their tag.
Adopted a family for Christmas, and I'm struggling and grappling with the fact that the wish list that was given to us for the family that we had been provided is just, I feel, unrealistic. I don't know how to describe it. We have utilized this organization in the past, and we were very cognizant of prices and what Lana was asking for and what was actually realistic. So we got a family with 2 teens, which I thought was important. I always usually try to pick kids that are around Landon's age when we do something like this. And the boy put an electric scooter, and they're $150 for one item. I in my head was budgeting $120 per kid. So we're looking at $250 for a family. But with their wish list, I can't afford their stuff. And it makes me feel bad because I feel like I can't spend more on a kid in my community than I would on my own son, if that makes sense. And I just feel like I'm at a loss. Was this maybe a bad idea? Should I not have done it? Is this going to be a learning experience? The girl put clothing from a company called Aloe, and the stuff that she specifically wants is $120 for a pair of tights. Then she had a hair serum. I'm oh yeah, I can definitely do that. $75 for the smallest bottle. And I was okay. She asked for Ugg boots. The boy asked for Ugg boots. I had to reach out to the mom. That was one of the requirements. I had to reach out to the mom before I took it to make find out, do you want the presents wrapped? Where are we meeting? So I already talked to the mom. I can't ask for another family. And I did ask her the one time, I saw Uggs. That was the only thing I really knew because Lana's not into brand name things. I was hey, I want to get your kids slippers you asked for, but I can't afford Uggs. Can I do another thing? And she's I guess.
So I totally get where this mom is coming from, because I picked a tag that had those items on it. I'd be really? Because my kids don't even ask for those things. And if they did, I would look at the brand name and be we're getting a dupe. We're getting a cheaper, replica of this item. That's how I shop for myself. I don't even buy Uggs for myself. And it's baffling to me how, as a mom, if you're really in need of somebody to provide that Christmas for your kids, why you would let them put those things on their wish list. You need to realize that anybody could grab that tag. It's not necessarily going to be somebody with a lot of money. It could be an everyday family that just wants to give back, and they might not be able to afford it. And as she said, she's why would I spend this on somebody else's kid when I don't even buy this stuff for my own kid? So, I mean, if I were in her shoes, I would contact the mom and just be I am going to do the absolute best I can. I want to help you guys with this Christmas. I might look at the list and see if there's one brand name thing that I can afford, and then kind of do off brand or cheaper versions of everything else, because, they would at least get one thing that they specifically asked for. And then if the mom doesn't like it, then that incentivizes her to save up and purchase the luxury items that she wants for her kids in the future. And it also makes me think, if you need to ask for luxury items and not just regular items, are you really in need? Because it seems like people are using Angel Tree not because they can't afford gifts, but because they can't afford the high-end items. So they're ooh, maybe somebody else will buy these things. I've also, when I posted this as a short, a lot of people left comments saying that, parents will ask for this expensive stuff for their kids so that they can sell it. So it just seems very shady to me. And obviously situations like this are going to ruin it for people that genuinely do need the help. So you guys let me know what you think. And then there's the whole category of the ungrateful receiver. And that's this woman right here.
Done putting everything together. This is what somebody got my baby for the angel tree. And I remind you, I did put his age. I never asked for a fucking swing. I did ask for a bouncer, but I put the exact bouncer that I wanted, and this is the bouncer they chose to give him. I just feel like, don't be picking up no angel trees off that tree if you can't do above and beyond. People are going on this tree because they need more. Not because, like, this cheap ass, I could have went to go buy this cheap ass shit myself. The Walmart brand.
If you could afford to get it, then why did you put your card on the angel tree? Like, when my kids were babies, we went to consignment stores. We went to secondhand stores. They didn't get like brand new bouncers and swings and baby items. Like, they're babies. They spit up on things. They don't care. They don't care. Your baby's not going to care if they have a brand name, top of the line bouncer. They are going to be just as happy in that Walmart brand bouncer. And if you want that so badly, then find a way to make it happen. Like, say thank you. And this is, again, the kind of thing that is going to ruin it for people that genuinely appreciate what people do for them, regardless of what it is. I do want to end on a positive note because, you know, this isn't all bad. It's just obviously the stuff that generally goes viral or gets the most attention is always the negative stuff. But I do want to bring attention to it because it is happening and we need to be aware of it. And perhaps that will incentivize these organizations to perhaps put more rules or standards in place so that it's being done for the right reasons, you know, that people of all incomes can accommodate whatever's on the tree and that we don't have people that are scamming the trees, basically. But there are people that genuinely appreciate it. And then they turn around a lot of times and end up giving later in life because they appreciated it so much.
I actually have a history with Angel Tree. When I was a kid, my dad was incarcerated, and it was just a sweet moment for me and my brothers to be able to celebrate Christmas and not have to worry about feeling less than other kids and my friends. I just felt like I was so loved by the community. My mom felt very loved as well. My mom was feeling very supported by the community, even from another church we weren't a part of. It means the world to them, and I can attest to that.
So that was a lot of the stuff that I came across on my social media feed over the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted to bring attention to it. I do hope that this cause continues. I just hope that we can be aware of the ways that it can turn out to be negative and why people might choose not to do it and how we can kind of correct those problems so that we do get more involvement and that the right people get help, if that makes sense. So you guys let me know what you think about all of this. Let me know what your angel tree experiences have been, because like I said, I've seen people leaving a lot of comments on the videos that I have shared about this, and there have been, unfortunately, a lot of negative experiences. You know, people selling the gifts that they were given, or complaining about them, or people that, you know, wanted to do an angel tree and it was such a negative experience that they chose to never do it again and whatnot. I mean, my family, we have been recipients of angel tree like programs in the past, and we also did one this year. We all kind of got together and helped several different kids with different items, and we did our best to make sure that, you know, we got what they wanted, and thankfully their lists weren't really extravagant. So, you know, I do hope that they are happy with those things, because, you know, kids, at the end of the day, like, I want them to have a good Christmas. Christmas is my favorite time of year. I absolutely love it. And I want to make sure that as many kids as possible have what they, you know, want, but at least have something under the tree and know that they are being thought of. But you guys let me know what you think about all of this. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. As you guys know, we always end with Charlie Kirk. So keep it real, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
It doesn't matter if you're a good person. It doesn't matter if you have always done the best you can, because what's different about Christianity is that it's a gift for all of humanity to receive, regardless of everything that we have done. And your life will be transformed. You will be born again. Grace is not earned. It is given by a God who loves you and wants to spend eternity with you. It is the most important decision you can make in your life.